To save your sanity of watching over an hour of slow intro text, I figured that rather than slog through it all, I'd just give a summary of the first hour of this game. Because anyone who has played this game multiple times know that this shit is really annoying. So let's get started. The game begins with our main character, Isaac, in bed, being woken up by his mother because the giant fucking boulder on Mount Alf is going to fall and destroy the village. We see Isaac's friend Garrett trying to save all of his belongings, and after some thought, he ditches it and joins your party. After some running around, we see Jenna and her family trying to rescue her brother Felix from a raging river. Isaac, Garrett, and Jenna go to look for someone to help them, and return to Felix once they find someone. Before they get a chance to rescue Felix, the giant fucking boulder falls and destroys the dock where Isaac's father and Jenna's parents were standing, and all of them die. Felix also gets hit and drowns in the river. Isaac decides to just take off, even though nobody really told him to get help, and really should be there to comfort his mother and Jenna, and after he leaves, Garrett decides this is a great idea too. They come across two shady characters and eavesdrop about how there was some sort of trap in Mount Alf that triggered all of this. They spot Isaac and Garrett and knock them out in a supposed-to-lose fight, and then the title screen pops up in probably the weirdest title screen placement I've ever seen in the game. Cut to 3 years later, where Jenna, Isaac, and Garrett are planning to climb Mount Alf with an alchemy scholar named Creighton. As the trio go to his house, they come across the two shady characters from 3 years ago, who reveal their names to be Satoros and Minardi. They squabble a bit before they let our heroes go through to Creighton's house. Creighton tells our heroes that Satoros and Minardi know far more about the temple on Mount Alf than even the scholars, almost like they had seen it with their own eyes. Using some info he gathered from Satoros and Minardi, Creighton and the trio find the hidden area in the Mount Alf temple known as Sol Sanctum. By the way, forgive me if I get some location names wrong. I've played this game countless times, but I'm always bad at remembering the names of places. Here they find the elemental stars, which are the source of all alchemy. Naturally, being a scholar, Creighton wants to grab them and study them. Isaac and Garrett agree to grab them, but after they grab 3 of them, we see that Satoros and Minardi and a mysterious masked man have all captured Creighton and Jenna. They claim they will let them go so long as Garrett gives them the elemental stars. When asked what guarantee they have that they will release them, the masked man removes his mask and reveals himself to be Felix, Jenna's brother, who was thought to have died 3 years ago. Turns out the villains saved him, and he's been traveling with them ever since. With the guarantee that Felix won't let them harm Creighton and Jenna, the boys agree and Garrett gives the stars to Alex, another companion of the kidnappers. Garrett gives the 3 stars, but the villains say they must also grab the Mars star before they will release Jenna and Creighton. They go grab the star, but once they do, the chamber starts to collapse. The chamber's guardian, known as the Wise One, appears, and the villains make their escape and take Jenna and Creighton with them, reasoning that if the boys somehow survive, they will still want to save their friends in exchange for the Mars star. After they leave, the Wise One speaks to the boys about the elemental stars and how they mustn't be thrown into the 4 elemental lighthouse igniters, because if they are, the world will be exposed to the threat of alchemy. After that, the Wise One helps them escape Sol Sanctum. The boys tell the people in the village what happened, and to sum it up, they agree that Isaac and Garrett are responsible for returning the elemental stars, preventing the lighthouses from being lit, and rescuing Jenna and Creighton. Plus, they have to leave the next day. The next day, everyone gathers at the gate to bid them farewell, and thus we finally start the actual game. Well, at least after a Jin tutorial. And there you have it, the first hour of Golden Sun in a nutshell. Tune in next time for the real first episode where the adventure truly begins.